Hi guys, my name is MJ. Welcome back to Ver2 Toys channel. Another new batch of arrivals from KaidoHouse and Mini GT. Quite massive this time around. Run through. I'll do it in this sequence so you can scrub later on. Okay, so I'll do the KaidoHouse number 232. I'll do the Silvia first. Okay, that has been something I'm again looking forward to. Then the E30. Then I will do the two F1 cars. Then the wagons. Before the wagons, I'll do the Corvette as well, the GT3, and last but not least, the Ford Mustang Mach 1. Okay, so first things first, let's check out the box for this KaidoHouse. Okay, this is KaidoHouse number 232, the S13, Nissan Silvia S13R KaidoWorks V1. Okay, finally a new casting from KaidoHouse. It has been quite a while already. I don't know, let me know what you guys think. I kind of feel that they have been recycling old castings for very long already. So this is a really fresh take to the KaidoHouse brand. Okay, so licensed by Nissan as well. It has the TSM original product sticker too. Okay, so this S13, and I already have it out of the box. Here we go. Check this out. Brand new casting, very wide, very Kaido. That is crazy wide at the rear. Look at that. Oh, this is okay. So a little bit of the story behind the treatment. I think, my point of view, it's an extension. It's basically bolt-on fenders. Okay, so there are a couple of I think so far we've seen two different design styles from the KaidoHouse. Either it's going to be so-called, what we know of is the silhouette, where it's really widening the whole body, like the R33, or it's going to be so-called bolt-on fenders, add-on fenders. So this S13 is add-on fender style. Okay, check out that crazy deep dish. This is a very nice two-tone color, very factory color actually, in two-tone. Look at that. Check out the boxy headlamps. It has the Silvia name in front here as well. Very, very cool. Look at that. It has the Nishmo detailing down there. I wonder if that's the intake actually. There we go. Let me do the focus. Okay. I can't tell. I would imagine that is the intake. The very nice carbon fiber lip. Right. Again, with the 5-spoke rims, that is actually very nicely done. I do see there's a little bit of branding there, but I can't read out what is that. I think it's Nishmo. Okay, that's number 0 on the fender. This metallic blue-green is very nice. There's some sort of something down here as well. Not sure what is that. That's KaidoWorks with the crazy diffuser. Check out the rear. Oh, that iconic S13 taillights. Look at that. Has the Silvia name at the back as well. Very big avant wing. So it's carbon fiber on top and it's not carbon fiber underneath. Look at how wide it is. The diffuser, really, I'm coming back to the diffuser again, right? Beautifully done. Okay. So it does have this two thing here. Not sure what is that. But wait, before I open that out. Roll cage and carbon fiber interior. Okay, not bad. I do quite like that the pillar came off itself. I do quite like that the pillar here, right? It's done in silver. It's not the same. It's not just, they didn't just leave it black. So this is rather loose. Yeah. I'm getting a little bit used to the magnet ones, right? So this is rather loose. But I would imagine this didn't need the magnet. Oh, that is so cool. You can remove the entire thing. Oh, look at the engine bay. That is very crazy with it. What is that? Is that intake or turbo? That's the intake, right? This shape does look like it's the VR38. So I'm not sure what engine is this. See if I can try to find out. Or if you guys find out what engine is this, if you can recognize, let me know, okay? It does look like the R35 engine here. Let me know what What do you guys think? The engine details on this is really very nice. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I guess this is the exhaust. Okay, straight exiting from the hood. That is cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's the exhaust, I guess. Very, very cool. Yes, finally, the new casting. So now let's see how Kaido is gonna run crazy with this casting. Again, with all the the Black Limited, the Limited Edition. But it's fresh to see that the first version that comes out is the regular version. Sorry, I spent a little bit more time on this because I do quite like the S13. Okay, I do have the raw version out here as well, so you can see the raw body, unpainted body panels. Okay, only the fender, they left it in color. Side mirrors in color as well. That interior wise, the engine does look identical. Okay, there we go. That's the side view, front view, back view. Built for performance. Yeah, I couldn't read it on the regular release. I guess the white on this green is really hard to see. Okay, moving on. Next, KaidoHouse 223, the M3 Kaido Touring Champ V1. Very nice to have the BBS logo. So, Touring BMW licensed product. There we go, the regular version. So this is the DTM, I guess. It has a German flag. I don't know, DTM or BTCC. Built for the human race. Okay, BBS KaidoHouse. Very nice BBS rims and BBS branding on the car. Really nice interior actually. Red seats, black color roll cage, carbon fiber dash. Okay, check out the front. That's the M3 emblem. Very nice. Iconic lights. Okay, headlamps and the kidney grille. BBS logos down there. Not a new casting. Quite a few of these are out already. Okay. So this is also, I think the most popular one is that plain purplish color. I think that was the most popular one. Out of all the regular release, I mean. Okay, let me know what you guys think. I pop the hood. Look at the engine bay, beautiful. Oh, this is rather loose. Usually it's a little bit tight. This time it's really loose. There we go. And power. I always like the KaidoHouse engine base. They didn't just leave it, you know, single color. They have went and detailed a couple of things in there. Okay. Alright, so it's the M3 regular. I do have the chase version as well. So no blue. All the blue panels are unpainted. Okay, so it's in the raw body shape with the over fender, and they left the decals on. Alright, check out the rear. This is actually pretty cool. This is actually pretty cool. Love the rims though. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Pop the hood. Check out the engine bay. Okay. There we go. I'm going to park it down. I'm going to check out the Formula 1 cars. Okay, so there's two F1 cars. The Aston Martin AMR24. Car number 14 for Fernando Alonso. This car specifically, these two cars specifically raced during the 2024 F1 Canadian Grand Prix. So do you guys follow Formula 1? I've been catching up on my Formula 1 stuff, and it's just sad to see how Aston Martin is doing. The collaboration with Honda, Adrian Newey, Fernando Alonso is not working out. It's a little bit painful to watch because it's kind of a dream team, I would say. Adrian Newey, Alonso, come on. Then you have Honda. Come on. They know how to win, but they're doing so bad right now in 2026. So there's even talk about relaxing some of the rules to kind of give a handicap, I would say, to Honda and Aston Martin to actually catch up. So In 2024, it was the wet to dry race, and that's why you see the wet tires. It's wet, right? It's not intermediate, right? I believe this is wet. Okay. And Alonso finished 6th. Lance Stroll finished 7th. So they were doing not bad. 2024, 2025, fighting amongst the midfields. And I was really hoping with the rules reset in 2026, they would really step it up. But really unfortunate. They're not up to par. I do look forward to see Mini GT doing the 2026 cars though. I don't think they have done it yet. I don't remember anything on pre-order for the new Formula 1 cars. Spark has been busy developing the 2026 casting already. That I know. Minisham, I'm not sure. Minisham, I think the latest one they're doing is 2025. Okay, right? Because Mini GT F1 cars are actually not bad. Given its price, it's the lowest priced compared to Spark and Minisham. Definitely lesser parts, individual parts. You can tell by the front wing, right? It's just a single piece. However, I think it's good enough for its price. Even the helmet, okay, it's really according to Lance Stroll's picture helmet, and that's Alonso's helmet. Okay, so usually from an F1 car, they're pretty much identical. The easiest way to identify is actually through the helmet and the car number, okay, on the nose. Cool. All right. Very nice green, actually. See all the sponsor logos? So at this price, this is actually pretty nicely done. Okay, wet weather tires as well. Carbon fiber, a lot of carbon fiber on the car. Nice. Okay, so that's the F1 cars. That's Mini GT number 113 and 114. You can check the description for the full names. Next I want to cover is actually this Corvette. Chevy Corvette Z06 GT3.R Road America Test Car. This is Mini GT number 1186. Here we go. So this year, I'm getting myself into the GT3 racing as well. At the time of recording, 24 hours of Nürburgring is about to happen. It's going to race for this year in 2026. I think because Max Verstappen is involved, so it's getting pretty exciting. I do intend to watch the race start and hopefully catch the final 1 hour as well. Okay, so this was the test mule in 2023. Okay, they were debuting this car in 2024. So Ford debuted their Mustang GT3 in 2024, and Corvette debuted this Z06 the same year as well. Okay, so this specific version is represents the development phase. Okay, before it's the global debut. It's the first mid-engine vet built to global GT3 specs. So featuring the iconic 5.5 liter flat plane crank V8. Okay. It's actually a top contender. I know that it did race it did win a couple of races already. This GT3 Corvette. It's pretty cool. Very nice. It's very nice. Mini GT has done a couple of the GT3 cars already. And look at the fog lamps in front here. I don't recall the rest having these fog lamps, but I'm not surprised if they already do, since they also use this GT3 for endurance racing. Hence, you see these fog lamps there. Okay, very, very nicely done intakes in front. Look at that side view, rear view. That very aggressive diffuser setup. That is so cool. Very, very nice casting. This could possibly be one of my favorite release from this batch. Beautifully done. Matte black. So cool. Okay, next I want to talk about the two wagons. The M3 Touring, okay, in Brooklyn Grey Metallic Mini GT number 1096. Two wagons, in fact, in this release. This is the M3. This is actually an absolute V8 monster, paired with a hybrid system. with the total output of 727 horsepower. Okay, pretty crazy. It's heavy, but it's one of the most powerful production wagons ever built. So I really like how Mini GT does the factory colors. I'm gonna assume that this is as close as I can get to see an actual Brooklyn grey on an M5 wagon. Oh, check out the moonroof. Oh, this is fantastic. This is fantastic. Okay. So this is the G99 wagon. Okay, that's the M5. And next we're gonna take a look at the M3 Competition Touring. Also another wagon. And Portimao Blue Metallic. I don't know if I pronounced it correctly. Let me know, okay? That's Mini GT number 1090. Look at that. So unlike the V8 Big Brother, this uses the legendary S58 engine. It's a 3-liter twin-turbo straight 6 and still pushes out just over 500 horsepower. So it's widely considered as the best engine in BMW's modern lineup. Very crazy. Oh, looks so good. Now these things are actually, the wagons are getting bigger and bigger. I used to, I know the older wagons like the E30, we were looking at the E30, right? The E30 wagon is so much smaller than the new ones. I was lucky enough to actually witness a real one, see myself a real one. And First Mile Auto, they did bring in one in white that was beautiful, with a lot of modified parts already. So this is the stock version and a factory blue as well. Okay, pretty cool. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, and last but not least would be the Ford Mustang Mach 1 in Grabber Blue from 1971. Okay, Ford marketing actually designed this bright non-metallic pastel color specifically to grab the attention of customers on the showroom floor. It was part of the Grabber color line introduced in the late 1960s to make Ford's performance cars impossible to miss. Now we know why it's called Grabber Blue. Look at the rims. Very period correct. It is crazy. Not many variants of this Mustang Mach 1 at the moment. I remember there's a James Bond version in red. I think there's a black version as well. Not many, I think 2, 3 maybe at most. Check out the rear, twin pipes underneath, chrome bumpers. Okay, chrome lining on the window. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this episode. I've covered all the cars. Which would be your favorite? I don't know, it's really hard to choose the S13 or the wagons or the Corvette. Oh my god. It's just so crazy. Let me know what you guys think, okay, of this latest release. And more than 60% of you guys watching are not subscribed. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so that you don't miss on any of my other scale model videos. Hit the like button as well because that will help me out with the YouTube algorithms. That's it for this time around. Extras available through Qube. Do check them out. They ship international. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.